Shalom. 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 I want to give all the glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to all full elect, which are remembered of the Israelites and Israelite foreigners that don't look like the Israelites, but they are Israelites. Shalom. I don't got no title, but the point of this lesson is basically about order and structure for real. And it's a time and place for everything in it, but mainly though, it's a way you're supposed to go about things for us as being slaves, and also for people that are masters. All right, of course, our Lord Yahweh Shai and the ones that's ruling over us. Okay, because it's I can't find the right words for it, but basically, man, everything have a reason behind it. Everybody was designed for a specific reason to do specific things. Like for example, and I mean you need. Let me slow down. Let me slow down for a minute. Basically, one example of what I was gonna give was like for a bee, for the bees, how we need them for the flowers. If they don't pollinate the flowers, the plants don't grow. We don't get no stuff. That shit dies off. We die off. All that type of shit, right? We don't get no honey. All that stuff. So in my head, man, it goes to also us being slaves. If there ain't no slaves, there's no work gonna be done, and nothing's gonna basically ain't no work gonna be done. Ain't nothing gonna be hit. Ain't gonna be nothing basically. And then if also too, with the slaves, if there's no masters, the slaves just gonna be doing anything and every fucking thing. All right, but I'm right here though. Ecclesiasticus 33:24. Fodder, a wand, and burdens are for the ass, and bread, correction, and work for a servant. Now I'm gonna start over. Okay, now fodder is nothing but like hay or food for your cattle, whatever livestock you have out there doing their work, whatever the case may be. And a wand is basically, I'm not talking about like a little magic stick, but of course a little Harry Potter shit they be using, little shit, little whatever. But a staff basically, a stick. And burdens, basically like a load, something to carry, like how mules carry certain things, how ox drag the shit to make the little the hose and the drag the lining for the crops. I forgot the term for the shit, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But that's basically what that is. And of course we know R for the ass. Yeah, the ass nothing but a donkey. But in other words, cattle too. And now where it says, and bread, correction, and work for a servant. And of course we should all know the bread is this word. All right, this will feed us. This will feed our spirit. This will help keep us going. And correction is part of the Lord chastising us and the sufferings we got to go through for what we had done wrong. And the work is part of still got to suffer. Part of suffering also how we got to work. We got to still continue and work our depth for what we did towards the Lord, basically. In other words, our sins. We got to right our wrongs. That's part of our work. And work also is the following His commandments, His laws, statutes. You get what I'm saying? Being spiritual. Now, verse 25. If thou set thy servant to labor, thou shalt find rest. And when we think about it, didn't the Lord set us up so we could go ahead and do certain things so He could find rest? Didn't Yahweh set up His son, Yahweh Shai, and set up the 144,000 so He could set up everything so Yahweh could have His rest, sit back and watch? Just giving examples. They're just showing us, like they're giving it to us right here in word. And then as we paying attention, as we reading, we see it as we reading. Like, oh damn. As, for example, what I just said. Now, he says, but if thou let him go idle, he shall seek liberty. Now, idle is nothing but like emptiness, worthlessness, void, vain. that type of shit. And it said he shall seek liberty. Basically, in other words, you're not gonna want to deal with him. You're gonna want to seek freedom. You're gonna be like, man, fuck that. I'm not gonna want to serve you. I don't want to work for you. You're not giving me nothing. You make me feel like I'm worthless at the end of the day. And that's basically to a degree what we're going through right now. If we think about all the captivities we was in, all our masters had us in idle, had us feeling worthless, had us empty, have us void, have us even to the point of no understanding. Just had us doing shit and we not even understanding what's the point behind it. Some of us did because we went off, but to the point in this captivity, the Lord took all our information from us. So we were just out there jones like, what the fuck? As you can see, perfect example. We want freedom. We want to get the fuck away from. We don't want to be in captivity, slave. We don't want to be slaves to wickedness no more. The righteous ones, the 1/3. All right. This is a perfect example. All right now, verse 26. A yoke and a collar do bow thy neck. So are torture and torments for an evil servant. All right now, when it says a yoke and a collar do bow down thy neck, now literally you do think about it. You got a heavy ass yoke, fucking chain around your neck, or whatever the case may be. That shit gonna make your head go low. But at the same time, in spiritual meaning, if you really going through something and putting your ass going to work, hey, it's gonna make you be humble. You're gonna become humble. You're gonna really bow your head down. You're gonna be like, you know what? You're gonna really take in consideration the work that you have and what you're doing, because you understand. But then also, so are torture and torment for an evil servant. Sometimes you gotta go a little extra just because you got this servant that they want to serve how they want to serve. And it's not how it goes here. It's not. It's how it is in this ministry with the Lord. You gotta serve him, go by the instructions that he say. If not, hey, what it says, torture and torments. Because you want to be an evil servant. And a lot of that is coming forward towards the 2/3. These ones out here that know what's going on, know the instructions, but still want to be that evil servant towards the Lord. You're going to find out the hard way. Verse 27. Send him to labor, that he be not idle. For idleness teaches much evil. All right, basically send them to work. So they won't be worthless. So they can be something. So they won't be empty inside. So they can have some type of understanding and feel like something. All right? It says, for idleness teaches much evil. Because worthlessness teaches much evil. Basically, like, you going to be out here doing anything and everything because you ain't got no guidance for it. Ain't nobody really teaching no proper things to do or nothing. You don't have the right, you ain't got the master. You ain't got the right guidance, basically. Ain't no other words for it. So you're going to be out here doing anything and everything. And now think about it for a perfect example. If, how many times you just sitting there and you don't know what the fuck to do. You start thinking about anything and every fucking thing. It's a perfect example. And some of us actually act on them fucking thoughts that we had came across. That's why it's always best for us to be working and be doing something. It's another reason why Yahweh Shai put the spirit on the apostles to tell us, hey man, constantly watch videos, constantly meditate on the Lord, constantly do what you're supposed to do to your best ability. Cause that's showing no idleness. That's showing you, that's basically letting it be known that Lord, not letting it be known, but like, that's basically you doing what you're supposed to do, letting it be known you're not idle, okay? That's them giving us the instructions. Shalak, I had a lost train of thought. Y'all get where I'm going at though. All right. The Lord don't want us to be evil. That's why he gave us work to do. That's why he told us meditate on him, read, do what you're supposed to do to your best ability. So you can avoid the evilness out here because we surrounded by it. We surrounded by around all this shit. Remember what it says in what is it? Either Second Ezra chapter 7 or Matthew chapter 7. But basically how it's a broad field. I think that's Matthew 7. It's a broad field of destruction and a narrow path to righteousness. You know, it's easy to fuck up. So just continue to work. And the Lord give us something to do. So ain't no excuses. Verse 28. Set him to work as is fit for him. If he be not obedient, put on more heavy feathers. So basically, set some work. You're gonna give them some work. All right, find out the individual. Basically, in other words, see what the individual capable of doing. Put his ass to work, and that's what the Lord did to us. He gave us a gift. Like, all right, I know you can handle this gift. I know you can handle this gift. I'm gonna give you this gift. I'm gonna give you this gift. And I gave all y'all gifts. Do what the fuck you need to do. Work. Do what you're supposed to do. It's fit for you. This is your gift because this is what you're supposed to do. And if you don't want to follow what I gave you, we'll make it heavier for you. And the heavier that feathers, basically the heavier the yoke is upon you, the more you're gonna bow your head. So eventually you're gonna be all the way down to the ground, basically dead for real, for real. And you don't want that, being disobedient. If you know you got a hard head, pray to the Lord and make you bow your head just enough that you'll be able to be humble enough to keep on pushing. Because you don't want that heavy feather to the point where that yoke, like you can't get nowhere. You stuck. Because once you stuck, you can't move. That's it. You ain't going nowhere else. That's your ass. You dead. So basically that's the point for real, for real. Like I just want to talk about that because it's like people forget that we are slaves and we have masters above us. Right now we in wicked ass master, but at the same time we have the righteous master above him still guiding us to telling us what to do and what not to do. And we need to accept that. We need to accept the fact that Yahweh Shai is still our master. And he just told us right here when he was Solomon. Like basically this is what a master do for a slave. If you don't do this for your slave, this is what's going to happen. And if you think about it, look at the results of what happened when nobody listened. Look at how this world is now. So we have instructions we got to follow as us being slaves. And we already know Yahweh Shai gonna do what he's supposed to do. Because he already know. He the one that gave us instructions and told us how it is and was set up to be kings. Also, this is true. Yeah, that's too. This instruction for when we in the kingdom too and what to do for your slave. Make sure we got our slaves working, doing what they're supposed to do, blase, treat them right. We gonna get our rest. Treat them just as we want to be treated. It's like, man, it's a lot behind this, man. You just gotta really follow the instructions and be humble. You're gonna fall short, but just follow the instructions and be humble. Remember, we are slaves. All right? We are slaves. So hopefully it was edifying. I'm gonna give all the glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahashan, Yahweh Shai, Bahashan, Wakah, Kodash, double unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the whole full elect, which are remnant of the Israelites and Israelite foreigners that don't look like they're Israelites, but they are Israelites. Shalom.